How to use the poor internet mode feature. Now, the poor internet mode, as the name suggests, is a feature that allows our customers to be able to make transactions even in very poor internet situations. So, for instance, you have a shop in this community, and then you experience very slow internet connectivity. The poor internet mode feature will be of great benefit to you. Now, mind you, the poor internet mode feature is not your typical complete offline mode. So, to explain that further, let me say this. So, we know Keep Sales is an online platform. We operate majorly online, and this helps you as the customer to be able to save all your records on the cloud, and so the internet that allows all that. Now, an offline feature is this kind of feature that doesn't use the internet. Okay, but with a poor internet mode, you will need an internet to log in and sign into your account and be able to go to new transaction, which I'll be demonstrating soon on how to activate poor internet mode. So you need to be able to navigate with internet to the new transaction area. Now, when you get to the new transaction area, with the help of the internet, then now you can activate your poor internet mode. And at that point, it converts our online mode to an offline mode. Okay, so we are going to illustrate this, and we are going to do a bit more, have a bit more conversation on the rules and the processes and the practice that is associated with the poor internet mode on Keep Sales. Okay, so let's just start. Okay, so we have to take note that the poor internet mode is available on the new transaction page. Okay, so when you click on the new transaction, it brings you to this particular page. Okay, so you can find new transaction here. A new transaction is when you are ready to make your sale. You click on new transaction, or you go to the main menu, transactions and sales, and then you click on new transaction. We have a lot of videos that talk about how to make sales on Keep Sales, so you can check all that out. Okay, so now once we come here, now we want to activate the poor internet mode. So to activate that, let us click on here. Okay, so when we click this, the first thing that appears is a box, okay, with a couple of information on it. Now we are going to have a look at it. Okay, so let's start with it. It says that having internet issues, our poor internet mode allows you to continue recording sales in extremely slow, dodgy, and even unexistent internet connection. Okay, so like I initially began, okay, your poor internet mode is going to help you record your sales even when you have like very, very terrible internet in your area. Okay, so when we look at the benefits and the good parts that we see, it says that you can record all your transactions, check your today's sales records and amounts without internet or bad internet. Recording and viewing sales in PIM, which is your poor internet mode, the short form is PIM or PIM, is 99 times faster than in phone line mode. Okay, so what this basically means is that when you activate your poor internet mode, okay, you are able to record sales extremely faster, way faster than if you were using the full online mode. Okay, so even if you have a very fast internet and you are still using a full online mode, if you activate to a poor internet mode, you are still able to achieve a much more faster a sales recording speed, okay, with a poor internet mode or PIM. Okay, so that's what it basically means. And then the next says that the speed of receipt generation and printing in the PIM, that's poor internet mode, is like 1,500 times faster than the full online mode. Okay, so meaning on bad connections, you can still get super snappy receipt generation speed to serve your customers. Okay, so when you use a poor internet mode and you want to be able to print receipt generation, especially for retail businesses that have a lot of customers at your counters, okay, you need to be able to print out receipts at extremely fast paces. Okay, so the poor internet mode is able to give you like an extremely about like that's like 1,500 times faster rate to print your receipt than in a full online mode. So it's an incredible feature. And then the last thing is that this computer in the meantime will act as a storage server to keep all your transaction records. And at the end of the day, you can sync all your recorded transactions. Okay, so if you remember initially, I said that our platform is online based. Okay, so your record, your data, everything is saved, okay, on the cloud. Okay, it is saved on some server somewhere, okay, on the cloud. So that, and this is what helps you to be able to monitor your sales, okay, wherever you are, and be able to operate and make modifications, and change, make all sort of changes wherever you are without having to be at a particular place. Okay, so this is facilitated very well because, okay, it is an online platform and then your data is saved on the web. However, when you activate the poor internet mode, okay, your data isn't saved on the cloud anymore. Okay, your PC becomes the storage server that allows all your transactions to be recorded on your PC. And then when you are done, okay, at the end of the day, you can sync all your data back, okay, to the cloud, okay, so that you always have your data safe and where it's supposed to be, and then it's able to be monitored, okay, wherever you are. Okay, you're still able to enjoy, that remote access that Keep Sales gives you. Okay, so when we come here, we have the risks and the cons. So all software functions which modify product details such as quantity, available price, etc., are disabled in PIM mode, since your computer temporarily becomes a storage for all your transactions and products. We cannot allow you to modify your records on the main server, as this will create errors and irregularities. Okay, so what this basically means is that when you activate the PIM mode, that's the poor internet mode, you will not be able to rectify or modify your quantities that are available or the prices. Okay, and we have and this is so because we don't want you to create errors, okay, in the main server. That is the main place where the data is supposed to be saved. Okay, we don't want to create a lot of errors and irregularities. Okay, so poor internet mode is strictly restricted to sales, to recording sales, okay, to selling. Okay, you cannot make changes to your quantities, you cannot make changes to your price, okay, just selling. Okay, that's what it basically means. And we will not be held liable for any loss to the data recorded on your computer as a result of damages, sudden loss of power, or other hardware fault. Okay, so this is actually one of the disadvantages of being offline. Okay, and I'm sure most of you have had offline challenge experiences before. And if you have never used any offline feature, you notice that one of the most crucial disadvantages, one of the most egregious disadvantages to using the offline feature is that anytime there's a hardware fault or your computer gets damaged or there's sudden loss of power, you basically lose your data. Okay, so it's just a caution that if you decide to activate poor internet mode, you have to be aware that if there's sudden loss of power or there's any damage to the hardware, you are going to lose your data. Okay, so we cannot be held liable to that. Okay, so that is just something that we should note. Okay, so in the course of me taking you through, we'll find ways and means as to prevent some of these casualties that are associated with being offline. Okay, so once you have seen all that, okay, and then you are comfortable, you can now click on it to activate your poor internet mode. Okay, so it says that poor internet mode has been activated. So you'll be redirected to this new transaction page. Okay, so you click on proceed. Okay, so you'll notice that um, it tells you that you are ready to process transaction, and then you can record offline. Okay, so over here, your add customer logo or choose a different transaction date feature has been disabled. Okay, so like I said, you are only restricted to selling. Okay, so now you can go ahead, okay, click to sell whatever that you want, okay, and then you can enter your total cash received, okay, and all that. Now over here, you will see two features. we call something sync transactions and reactivate full online mode. Okay, so if you click to reactivate full online mode without syncing your transaction. And what do we mean by sync transaction? So let me explain this before I come here. So when we say sync transaction, this is where you now transfer the data that you saved, okay, that was saved on your PC, which is these records, okay, which are saved on your PC. You now transfer it, okay, to the server. Okay, so you are able to convert, you are able to sync this kind of transaction to the server. Okay, so that it is now saved, okay, on our cloud server. Okay, without that, your records will just be on your PC and not on the cloud. And because it is on the PC, you cannot monitor it wherever you are. You can only monitor it on the PC, okay, that you used for the poor internet mode feature. Okay, so when you are done at the end of the day, you just click on sync transactions, and then you see here it says this action will upload and sync all your offline transactions to your online Sumundi Keepsales account. So please make sure you have steady internet. Yeah, you need internet, very okay, steady internet to be able to make to be able to sync your data. And then you need it says that offline transactions will be deleted after syncing. Okay, and then online mode is only available after syncing. Okay, so these things you have to take note. Okay, so when you can now proceed, now it loads up, it tells us that we are it's been able to sync completely with no errors. Okay, so you can either continue in PIM or you can reactivate FOM. What FOM means is full online mode. So you want to go back to being able to use the system fully online. Okay, so let's click on continue in PIM to do a little bit more illustration. Okay, so let's go back to new transaction. Okay, so over here, let's try and make some sales again. Okay, so sell with no receipt. Okay, so this is done. All right, now we want to try to reactivate full online mode. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so start recording sales with internet. Please make sure you have successfully synced all your transactions. Okay, okay, so it says you have two unsynced transactions. Please sync first before activating online mode selling. Okay, so what I wanted to illustrate here is that you cannot switch from your poor internet mode feature back to the full online mode without syncing your existing data. Okay, without syncing the data that you produced while using the poor internet mode. Okay, so this is very important. You have to go and sync your data before you can use the full online mode. Okay, now you know that obviously if you are not using the full online mode and you are using poor internet mode, you have zero access to any other feature on Keep Sales. You have absolutely zero access to any other feature. The moment you switch to poor internet mode, you can only sell, okay, using poor internet mode, but you can't do any other thing. So if you want to be able to do any other thing, first you have to sync your data, okay, which we are going to do. You go to today's sales, okay, you have to sync your data. Okay, so when it's successfully synced, then when you click on reactivate and then you click OK. Okay, so it says that recording sales solely with the internet is now activated. So now it takes us back to our full online mode. And over here, like I said, you are able to access any kind of feature that you want. Okay, great. So now, like I stated, whilst in poor internet mode, you cannot make any modifications. And the other issue with poor internet mode is that the moment you activate poor internet mode on one device, you cannot access your account on any other PC. Okay, just like you would have been able to do if you were using a full online mode. So the poor internet mode is an amazing feature if you are going to record sales faster in a very poor internet arena or circumstance. But then there are some restrictions that you have to take note of and some things you have to do. And the major things are that if you activate your poor internet mode, you have to, and then you make sales, okay, using the poor internet mode, you have to sync your data, okay, to be able to use your full online mode again. And then the moment you activate poor internet mode on a PC, you are the only one that is privy to whatever information, or that particular device is the only one that is privy to whatever information that happens or whatever activity that goes on as far as selling is concerned. Your other devices are disconnected from being able to access, the kind of data that you are churning when you are selling. Okay, so to be able to give everybody full access back, you have to always deactivate or reactivate your full online mode, or deactivate poor internet mode. Okay, and then whichever device that you use to activate your poor internet mode is that exact device that you have to use to deactivate poor internet mode. Meaning you can't activate poor internet mode with PCA and try to deactivate it on PCB, or you can't activate it on your mobile app A and go and deactivate it on PCA or mobile app B. Okay, great. So that is to say that the poor internet mode is also available on your mobile app as well. Okay, so this is all for how to activate your poor internet mode. There are a lot of amazing videos on our features and how to go around using Keepsales. There are a lot of this amazing content online on our YouTube channel, so do well to check them all out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you again in the next video. Do have a wonderful time. Bye bye.